Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sababatul and today we will start Unit 2 Characteristics and Needs of Living Things. The topic that I will cover today is frog life cycle. Before I start the topic, I want to add a moral lesson over here. Today your moral lesson is kindness is spreading sunshine into the people's life regardless of the weather. This moral lesson indicates us that we have to be kind with others, and the act of kindness is very important for all of us. If we behave nicely with one another, Allah will give us reward at the day of judgment. So, be kind. Let's move toward the topic. Look at the picture. What this picture is depicting? This picture is telling us that there are stages of life. So every living thing has stages of life. For example, human beings. Once we are born, we are little baby. Then toddler, teenage, adult, and the old age. So these are the stages. So same in a way, all the living things, they have different stages of life. And we are discussing the frog life. Frog life cycle. Frog is amphibian, which means it can live on the land as well as in water. And frog has moist and long legs with the webbed feet. Just look at the picture. These are called webbed feet. Webbed feet help the frog to float in the water or swim in the water easily. Who else have webbed feet? Can you tell me? Yes, duck also have a webbed feet. So webbed feet help the organism to swim easily in the water. Stages of life cycle of frog. The life cycle of frog is known as metamorphosis. Frog lays eggs in the water and there are the following steps. The first stage of frog life is called egg. Second is embryo. Third one is tadpole, young frog, and adult frog. So once these stages will cover up, the life cycle of frog is done. So we will call this metamorphosis. Eggs. Egg is the first stage of frog. Frog lays eggs in the water. These eggs float in the water, and Allah has created a gelatinous sheet around the egg of the frog so that they will not get damaged and they will remain protected. Egg is developed into the embryo, or you can say the baby frog is called embryo. Just look at the picture. These are the embryos. The next stage is tadpole. The organism which first hatch out from the egg is not a frog. It just looks like a small fish. But there are some structure that appear in the tadpole stage. The first thing is that the tadpole cling to the water plant. Once it is clinging to the water plant, that means there is something for its breathing. So the tadpole cling to the water plant and then it develop the external gills. Here the frog will use gills for breathing. And a long tail. The tail of tadpole keep on growing. Why it's important? It's important because the frog will store food in its tail. Next, hind legs start to appear on its skin. And then the front legs start to appear. Just look at the picture. First the frog will have the hind legs, the legs which are at the end, and then it develop the front legs. Once these limbs are developed, the tail of the frog becomes shorter and shorter, and a time comes that it disappears totally. The next stage is young frog. The tadpole, fish-like creature, then turns to the young frog. Adult frog. The young frog grows into adult frog. The life cycle of frog completes in the 6 weeks. And frog lays up to 4,000 eggs at one time. This is the whole picture of frog life. Look at the first stage. Frog lays eggs in the water. Then these eggs convert into the embryo. And then tadpole appears. And tadpole cling to the water plant. Then what happened to the next? Frog's hind legs appear. Then its front legs appear. And then the tail disappear. And frog become a young frog. Once it become a young frog, it convert into later on the adult frog. And again, when it become adult frog, it will lay egg in the water. And we have studied that frog lay up to 4,000 eggs at one time. And then the egg will again convert to the embryo, then tadpole, and then young frog and adult frog. So the cycle keep on going, and the new frogs, they are coming to the world again and again. Now it's time for homework. Your homework is that you have to draw the diagram showing the frog life cycle on the rough register, and you have to write these questions on your rough register as well. Question number 1 is, what is an embryo? The frog egg is developed into embryo. A baby frog is called embryo. What type of material protect the frog eggs? A gelatinous sheet protect the frog eggs. Why do frogs are called amphibians? Frog can live on the land as well as in the water. That's why frogs are called amphibian. What is metamorphosis? The life cycle of frog is called metamorphosis. This is your homework. You have to do practice on rough register. And if you are still having any difficulty, you can watch the video again and understand it better. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.